The story of the most important person in my life. The most important person in my life is René Rosales, my dad. René was born on December 14, 1965 in Guayaquil, but lived in La Libertad until he was 17 years old. He has two sisters, Pilar and Silvana. His father, Fernando Rosales, was a businessman from Colonche, and his mother, Lilia Escobar, was a housewife from Santa Elena. His studies were at the school Luis Augusto Mendoza Moreira and later at Guillermo Ordóñez High School in La Libertad. In January 1983, at the age of 17, after graduating from high school, he traveled to Guayaquil with one of his sisters to study at the school. He entered and spent a year at the School of System and Technology of this university. From his arrival in Guayaquil until 1984, he lived in La Ceiba with his aunt Leonor Villado de Santander. Then, during the month of February in 1984, he and his sister moved to an apartment in the building offered by the Banco de Vivienda on Carlos Luis Plaza Dañín Avenue in Atarazaná. That same year, he studied system engineer until 1986. His first job was as a teacher at Senecu, a center where technology, secretarial, accounting, and English classes were taught, among others. From that year on, he would dedicate himself to working in different companies oriented to computing or technology, and he continued to study. In 1891, he was on the Butterfly McQueen ship because he worked from some Danish and had to teach the captain how to use the software. The ship took him through some Spanish ports and through the Caribbean island. Interestingly, he took a lot of photos of his experience, but his camera got damaged, so he couldn't get any of them back. From 1995 to the present time, he has worked at Boticas Unidas El Ecuador as head of the system department. In 1992, he met his current wife, Jenny Espinosa Garcia, a clothing seller in a famous Ecuadorian company. She also lived in Atarazana. They fell in love, and that same year they decided to get married. In 1893, their first daughter Joyce was born. Then, in 1996, Ivan was born. And finally, in 2002, they had Nicole, their youngest kid. He is also a grandfather. He has three grandchildren, Matias, Domenica, and Fernando. All of them are Joyce's children. My dad is a very spiritual person. He likes to sing. He used that gift to praise God in the church. His hobbies are karaoke, basketball, politics, and food. Among its quality, the ones that stand out the most is a really great sense of humor. It always makes us happy and cheers our spirit up in the most adverse circumstance. Personally, I admire his wisdom, his advice, and his company. These have helped me to go ahead and see the positive side of the life. I have a lot to thank my dad for. That way I ask God to help me be like him when I have my children. Always loving with the family. Thanks.